Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. Sean Hicks coming at you. A little look at lines on a Monday night, the 15th of May. Looking at Tuesday action for tomorrow. Welcome on in. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. In case you didn't know already, no show today. There was no midday money. Had to run, take mom to the doctors, over to the hospital. She had to get some tests done, going in for a surgery on Wednesday. So there was no show today. You should have known because I mentioned it over the weekend and, of course, on the Look at a Line show. In case you're wondering, you could listen live or even after the fact, podcast form. iHeartRadio, Apple, Google, Stitcher, TuneIn, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, Amazon Music, Spotify, the whole kit and caboodle. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. Check it out. Now, let's get to a few games. And I got to tell you, these are the only games I got down on in baseball. Usually, I want to run out and jump to a lot of baseball. NBA tomorrow, we'll go over Nuggets, Heat plus an 8. I know it looks a little juicy. I don't care. I'm a fish. I'll grab the worm there. I think Boston's a 10 points. The Heat are a scrappy bunch. Give me Miami there. And the Nugget game, I think we're going to see some points. I think I think AD will score. I think LeBron will score. I think Murray will score. I think Joker will score. I'm thinking we'll see some scoring. You want to go team totals over? Fine there. You know what I didn't add here? And I think I added it on Twitter. It'll be posted there. I didn't add it to the chat here, though. Puck line Hurricanes plus 180. That'll be let me add that in there real fast for those NHL fans. For some hockey. They're home. Florida again, 2 huge series wins. Maybe Carolina comes out and grabs them here early on. I'm taking a plus 180 shot. Baseball tomorrow. A few games. Some don't have lines. Some I want to see how they play out tonight. So we'll talk about. Listen, I told you yesterday, take the Nats. Winner. A nice little dog. I said, take that Baltimore over tonight, right? I said, Ohtani will give up some runs. Baltimore give up some runs. Hello. 9-5. I mean, we had easy over here. 8, never in doubt. Well, I think it was over in the 4th inning. I mean, let's go. 3rd inning. It was 4-3. We're cashing that puppy. Nice one there. But again, looking ahead to tomorrow, let's see how this plays out first before we jump into maybe another over here. Who knows? Not really loving that game. Pitt and Detroit. Again, I'm not running a bet on either of those teams, and neither should you. I think you have an edge. It's Pittsburgh. Got some wins. Looking at Pittsburgh. No, thank you. The Natties and the Marlins. I did look at this game real quick. I'm thinking an under. I like Ray. I love Luzardo back in the A's days. But, Puck's on the IL. Little bullpen issue there. The numbers for the Marlins versus Gray are pretty good, although he's having a huge season. Okay, he's 3-5. He's still got a sub-3 ERA. The guy's making pitches. We'll move on there. Herman and Gaussman, Toronto and the Yanks. We see the Yanks out to a nice little lead here. Don't want, again, I didn't really like the Yankee game today. I kind of like Brito as a youngster. I do. Wasn't looking to get involved there. I don't know what to expect from the Yanks. They're going to start hitting now. Is Judge and Hader going to kind of propel the rest of the lineup? Rizzo's had a nice season. And Toronto, to me, has been a little up and down and too inconsistent for my liking where I want to bet them as a fave, especially as a 170 fave. I mean, the numbers tell me just to take the Yanks here at a plus 150 clip. Seattle and Boston. I do have Seattle tonight. I bet Seattle today. And we'll see how they do. Do I want to take a steal tomorrow? Possibly. That being said, do I want to lay a 140 spot with Nick Pavetta on the hill? I don't know. I'll look to a possible run line play there. The Rays. Of course, we're taking Tampa Bay. We faded the Mets versus the Nats. You don't think I'm going to fade them against a first place Tampa Bay team? I don't care who's pitching. Verlander, Sandy Koufax, Nolan Ryan, Doc Gooden, Sid Fernandez. It doesn't make it. I'm not betting the Mets. No, thank you. Give me the Rays all series long here, plus money. Thank you very much. Milwaukee and the the Cardinals. I do got Milwaukee tonight at a minus 103 clip. We'll see how they do. They think they were down early here in the first inning, already down 4-0. Not meant to be. Tomorrow, Wade Miley. I don't expect Wade Miley to pitch to a 1 ERA. He got beat up his last game. Do I want to run a bet? Jordan Montgomery here and the Cardinals. It's, if anything, run line for me. Because I like Monty. I like him with the Yanks. I don't hate him with the Cardinals. They're starting to scrape together some wins now, St. Louis. So maybe the tide's turning and pitching starting to come around. And again, Wade Miley. I'm not sold on Wade Miley. No, thank you. A's. Atlanta Braves at Texas Rangers. Dunning on the hill. Not sure who's going to be coming out to pitch here for Atlanta. Now, could it be a spot start kind of guy? That's what it kind of looks like. Again, I want to take Dunning. He's had a nice little year. We'll see. It's a 120 spot. I do have Texas tonight, plus money at home, 105. We'll see how they do. Cubbies and the Stros. Give me the Cubs with Justin Steele. I don't understand. I'm getting 145. This is like not as much as me just fading the Mets taking the points with the Rays, taking the money with the Rays. I got Justin Steele. He is Cy Young right now for the Cubs. I mean, the guy's fat. He's 6-0. Great stuff. I mean, I've talked about this guy last year and this year. What are we doing? At a 145 clip? Absolutely. We'll take some Cubby action here. Cleveland with Bieber on the hill against the Sox. Again, to be determined. That guy's he's on every team, that guy, TBD. We'll see there. Reds and the Rockies, not going to get involved in that disaster. I mean, I got a guy, no. Chase Anderson. Chase Anderson's still in Major League Baseball. Tommy Henry and Colin Mueller for the A's and the D-backs. Mostly I'm like, hey, run line against Oakland. I didn't do it here on Monday. I'm not doing it on Tuesday. For me, pass. Kansas City and San Diego. I do have a over in this 9 tonight here. We also have it in the chat as well. But tomorrow, Singer, Lugo, it's a pass for me right now. Wheeler and Cobb on the hill in San Fran tomorrow. Cobb's pitched really well. Again, but the Phillies, I don't know. Bryce is back. We'll see. Right now, again, Rays 145, Cubbies 145, and Twinkies and Dodgers under the 8. Bailey Ober's pitched really well as well. I mean, we've talked about a guy like Justin Steele pitching good. Wade Miley had a great start. Cobb's got a decent run so far in him. Ober the same. And I've said, I'll repeat myself on the Dodger line. I don't love the Dodger lineup. I think don't think it's some kind of offensive juggernaut. I will go under the 8. I think Kershaw will stymie the Twins enough here. I mean, is he going to give up more than 3 runs? I don't think so. Are the Dodgers scoring 6? I don't think so. Give me the under 8. Give me the under 8. Comment time. Again, if you're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, in the comment section, you got the picks. They're already up. Look at this handsome man. There you go. Put the picks up for you. You're welcome. Nick, hit the like button on the Mets for tomorrow's Padres, Angels, Yanks over and under Rangers game. Cubs, Moneyline, Brewers, Reds, Twins. Is this for today or tomorrow, Nick? This is what you had today? Or tomorrow? Clear that up for me. What do we got? Because Mets, you're already off to an 0-1 start. These are Angels looking good. Yanks over. I don't know if that's Yankee over or Yanks and the over. Yanks, I'm guessing that's Yanks over and under in the Rangers game. Cubbies and Moneyline and Brew Crew, Reds, Twins. Man, Nick, you just come out. You have every single game on the board. You like them all that much? I don't hate the Milwaukee and Seattle. I get it. You got two little small. I had them. They're small faves. Seattle was a 104. Milwaukee was a 103. I'm taken off to Sunday night. Cardinals haven't really pitched that well or hit that well or done anything that well. I get it. Mariners the same. Uh, Twinkies tonight. Let me get to today. I'm on the Tuesday schedule. I don't hate it. Yeah, Pablo Lopez. I looked at it. I thought about it. Not not against you there. I see a Texas under here versus Atlanta. I got the Rangers myself, so we're in bad shape already out of the gate. Davis coming in Denver tomorrow. I do like the Nuggets. I know, Davis, you're a big favorite kind of guy. I've figured that out about you. But I do like the Nuggets tomorrow. You know, coming, I'm not a big Laker fan. I think the Nuggets are going to take care of business. I also like the over in that game. Steve, what do you say? Let's go Stros money line, Arizona run line, and the Twinkies first 5 tonight. I think you're safe with the Twinkies. I like Pablo Lopez and Noah Syndergaard's somebody I don't want to back. Arizona, Merrill Kelly should get it done. I mean, I think he was like a minus 150 run line last time when I looked at him. Like, oh boy, I can't take Arizona run line like that. But I understand. We fade Oakland. I get it. I just didn't do it. If you do it today, you got to do it all series long. Take care of business. The Astros on the money line tonight. I couldn't do money line. That's way too deep for me. 2-1 odds. No, thank you. I took a run line plus 120. It's early. Looks good so far. Looks like Brewers way line. It's Stros under or gone. Yeah, Brew Crew already out of it here. Down 4-0. Doesn't look good. Astros under. I mean, it's 4-0. Let's be honest. Could this be a 6-4 game? Possibly. You never know, though. The Astros, I like their pitching staff a lot, although it hasn't been great. A lot of injuries. And they haven't been hitting. They have not been. I've said that all season. They have not been hitting this year. Carolina was 135. I don't hate Carolina. I like the Canes. I got them puck line here plus 195, Davis. I think they're going to win. So, yes to your Carolina on the ice. Dave says, I got Denver to win the series. Really like Denver. I like Denver too. You know, our guy T Money doesn't like Denver. He thought the Suns were going to get him. He thinks the Lakers are going to get him. I think the Nuggets move on. Nuggets, Miami. Great final. So that'd be wonderful. I agree, Dave. The real MVP. Who's the real MVP, Dave? Denver. I'm assuming you mean Joker there with the MVP. I mean Embiid. You cried about not being named the MVP. Get the MVP and you wet the bed like a child. You're embarrassed. Terrible. Michael, good evening. Took a little crack at 180 money line. I know nothing about hockey, but I do enjoy watching playoff hockey. I said last night, you take the big dog. What are we doing here? I mean, the home team, if they're that great, right? Okay, they're the favorite. They're 2-1 faves. Like last night, you were down in the series. Here, at least you're tied. A lot of pressure on the home team. To me, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip. Tampa Bay +2. This got to be tomorrow. Listen, I like the Rays just to win. I don't need a run. I'm going to take them at plus money tomorrow. I will fade the Mets 7 days a week. No, thank you. Lane's in the house. Good evening. Let's see here. Apparently, my daughter made the honor roll, and they spelled her name wrong. That's all right. Justin Steele got to whoop that Astro butt, says Groovy. I like Justin Steele. Cubs first 5 tomorrow. Why not? Listen, I like him for the game. Well, I may be adding for the first 5 for the show, possibly. A lot of times I don't do the first 5s in the show here. A lot of people bring them up, and I agree or disagree on them. But obviously, if I like dogs for the game, I'm going to say yes to them here. I just like to double up on them in the chat. That's not really what I do. Those are today's plays, Nick. You got enough of them? I mean, that's every single game I think you had. Michael, we're getting close to taking the Twins first 5. Pablo Lopez. I like it. You know I like Pablo Lopez. I like them with Miami. I like them with the Twinkies. And it's Noah Syndergaard. The thing with that, I mentioned last night with Syndergaard. He left after an inning in the Milwaukee game where I had Milwaukee. I'm like, well, what's going on here? Why is this guy not playing? So frustrating. I don't know the full details. pass. But first 5 of them, I don't hate it. Dave says those are Carolina win all plus a dime to start the playoffs. I like it. I think you're alive with that. I think that's a winner. I mean, Carolina's a really good team. They got really overlooked because Boston was just like a juggernaut crushing everybody all season. Michael, people you got to get down early lines at -4 with the Nuggets. Exactly. People like to wait. I don't, and waiting, especially in the NBA playoffs, the lines are up that day after the series. I mean, okay, the game might be 3 days away. The lines are posted. And most people, you don't want to bet baseball. You want to bet stupid NBA where you don't know who's playing every night. I know this because when I'm doing look at lines in September in NFL, I'm saying, hey, take this team. They're plus 4, and by game day they're +1. And you're like, what happened? You got a crazy line. Well, I'm not worried about betting an NBA first basket. I mean, playoffs. The lines are posted. They're posted days away. It's posted. If you don't have a good, at the 4, what are you doing? Now, in the chat, Michael, you know what I do. Sometimes I'll add it late and I got to post a bad number. If it's different than if I have it on the site, but I agree with you. But bet it already. What are you waiting for? They said New Carolina hockey to win all, 10 to win a honey. Dave, I think it's a winner. I just said about Carolina. I think they're overlooked all season with the Bruins. Arenado finally finding his groove. Going to try and run out a review prop the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to hate, especially he's going to be a plus 135. Right? I mean, you're playing a Milwaukee team, which I don't love the pitching staff. I said Burns hasn't been sharp. Woody's on the injured list. I mean, Lauer and Peralta, okay, but they're not. Wade Miley tomorrow? We're buying Wade Miley? 37-year-old Wade Miley, that guy? Ruby Props will be back tomorrow. And let's be honest, we'll probably be in this L.A. Baltimore game. We'll probably be on this, obviously, probably a Boston-Seattle one. Milwaukee, St. Louis. We'll be on over props. Probably Kansas City, San Diego. A lot of ribos. Nick says, yesterday got a hit with the Oilers. Did they win the Oilers? I thought they lost yesterday. I mean, $2 fave going down. Of course, you're gonna feel that. I don't know why he took it. We said take Vegas in the chat. Michael got Nuggets winning title plus $3. Brown and Pope have given them two real 3-and-D guys. Yeah, I like Caldwell Pope. Listen, they're gonna go like every team. You have your Hall of Fame guy. The guy's gonna carry you. But you need somebody else. You need that other guy somewhere. Not Murray. It's not LeBron and AD. You need your D'Angelo. You need your Harden. You need your Smart. Whoever. Insert guy's name. You need something else to come through in the playoff to go on that run, right? To make everything right to win championships. Who's that guy going to be? What team's going to have it? Right? We saw Iguodala. Didn't Iggy win an MVP? In the finals? Steve says Arizona -120 run line. Is that today? Arizona -120 run line? Or it's tomorrow's? Either way, decent number, not bad. I don't hate it because the A's are bad. They're putrid. They are historic. I said this. They might win 35 games this year. Steve says parlay it. Parlay it all. Oh, my goodness. Best way to go 3-1, baby. Put that 14 parlay in, Steve. Mike says, I'm betting my Giants first 5 and maybe crazy about Philly bullpen coming out cool. Yeah, I said that yesterday. I said I got Wood at home, decent, Philly out of Colorado. I'll take a shot there at San Fran. I understood it. I said, okay. We got it. We got him here, right? I mean, we took it at San Fran run line plus 180. We took in the chat last night. Groovy under in the first hockey game, Florida, Carolina. I don't hate the under. I don't hate it. Cards are hitting big. Yeah, well, it's about time. It's only taken them a month and a half to get their bats going. I mean, the lineup isn't terrible. I like their young lineup. I mean, they even sent down Walker. But, I mean, Goldie was hitting. Nootbaar's been on fire. We had a Nootbaar Ruby prop I mentioned the other day. I said I forgot to add it to the chat here. I was like, oh, let's go a little Newt bar. Gorman's good. Now, Ornato's starting to heat up a little bit. Yepes, Carlson, O'Neill. I mean, those guys aren't really hitting, but I like all the young guys. It's a decent lineup. Contreras now, they put him at what, DH out of because he wasn't hitting while he was behind the plate. Now he's hitting a little bit. The bats are then still. I'm not sold on Mikolos. Old man Wainwright, Flannery's. He's pitching okay right here, but I don't trust the arm. I mean, the pitching needs a little help, like most teams. Next says, look like the Jays over's in trouble. So many chances for the Yanks. Well, here's the thing with the Yanks. The offense comes alive. They can put up a 5 spot, but then they fall into their bad habits, and you get guys on base, and it's strikeout, double play. I mean, you got a bunch of lumbering fools on that team. BM, take it, long man. The basket with you. What? BM, what happened here? What are we trying to say here? Davis, Los Angeles Football Club. We're talking soccer, Davis. Listen, I mean, you've come in here a few times, Davis, and you're rolling a lot of faves and a lot of stuff that I don't kind of agree with personally. And now you come in with soccer. You're gonna bet all these games?
Stop it. Get some help.
Come on, Davis. Don't do it. You don't have to do it just because it's out there. What do you know about soccer? I've been betting for 30-some years. I know a lick about soccer. Groovy. New Bar's finally getting on base off for Cardinals. Going to bet run props. A little run prop. I don't mind run props. I do look at it. I always start with the Ribby props, right? Groovy, you know that because I throw them in here all the time. Not bad. We're plus 225 on a Ribby props, 147 and 252. That being said, I do look at run props, but I try to put out stuff like 125, 130 and above. I try to just put out all kind of plus kind of things in here and grind out some winners. The record isn't sexy, but if it's plus money at the end of the day, we'll take it. At the end of the week, we just move on. But the runs are usually not that juicy in return. At least for the chat. That's not saying that I don't do something for myself. Like, I'm going to grab a Ribby. A lot of times I'll take like Rizzo for the Yanks. I'll do a Ribby run prop for myself because chances are he's going to be on base and get driven in by somebody after him. Like a lot of times I do that for a lot of my Ribby props. But I don't double them up in here. That's not right to do. Maurice says, I like Toronto tomorrow, run line versus the Yanks with Gaussman. I'll tell you what, I like the Yanks tomorrow. I like the Yanks. I mean, I don't think that the Jays right now, I mean, one, will they be off a shutout? And it's kind of like, ooh, off a shutout. I understand. I don't want to lay 170 tomorrow with them. I don't want to lay 170 with Gaussman. I mean, I like him. I like the guy. I'm not saying he's a bad pitcher. I'm not saying Toronto's a bad team. But do I want to lay a 170 clip with him? Let's look at some Yankee numbers versus him. Hicks, 23 at bats, is hitting 300 versus him. Judge, 3 homers, 333, 27 at bats. Kiner Falefa, look at this. Home run, 9 at bats, batting 444. Oh my goodness. Again, I just don't want to lay 170. I mean, run line, a little safer. I understand. Maurice says Lakers money line, Heat money line, plus 295 and 8.5. I mean, if you're taking both money line, I'm not going to say no. But, I mean, could this be an 0-2? I mean, I like the Heat. That doesn't mean they're going to win outright. I don't know. Florida Panthers money line. I'm on the other side. I like Carolina. Seattle minus 146. Is this tomorrow's Seattle matchup? With Castillo on the hill. Run line for me. I don't want to lay 140. Not on the road. Davis. I'll run line it. Steve says, yes, sir. What are we talking about? Parlay. Oh, my goodness. Groovy says Monterey soccer for your soccer lovers for Wednesday. Plus money in the Mexican League. Groovy Caps coming in with some soccer. Do you think Nikolai Denver's mad about being sent for MVP? Going to come out game one destroy? I think he's going to come out just because he's awesome. I mean, like, why wouldn't you come out and try to win at home here? I mean, what? Beat the Lakers. I mean, mad about being snubbed. How about you want to get to the finals and win a championship? Forget about the snub thing. I mean, you play. He plays his game. He's putting up 29, 15, and 8 or whatever the heck he's doing. You know? Nick says today's on the Giants. I like the Giants. We got Giants run line. We got the Giant run line. We threw it out here last night. Giant run line plus 180. This is today. Nats winner. Orioles winner. Stros playing right now. It doesn't look bad. Padres over later and Giants run line. I'm with you on San Francisco. Even True Orleans on safe Colorado. Yeah, I mean, here we go. Red score, but need big leads. Yeah, the Rockies hit it home. It's not a series or a matchup I want to bet on. Like, that's not a game I want to. It's like college hoops or college football, NFL, whatever. The schedule's there. You got the lines. I got the Sharpie. It's like right off the bat. I'm like, Kansas laying 36. No, thank you. Alabama football 49. No, thank you. I mean, like Reds in Colorado. No, thank you. Yanks are 6. Need 4 more to go. 6-0. I'm seeing 6-0 here. 2 on, second and third. 1 out. Is that what we're seeing here? I mean, I don't know if you're getting anything out of Toronto. You'll be lucky. They got 2 hits tonight. Although maybe that's where you bounce back with them tomorrow on a run line kind of play, right? You think run line. Who's batting for the Yanks? Willie Calhoun. This is where you got problems with the Yanks. You got Willie Calhoun batting 5th in this lineup. I mean, look at this. Willie Calhoun batting 230. Volpe's been hitting a little better. Cabrera. I like Cabrera. Higashioka and Hicks. Oh, my goodness. This is with $250 million you roll out with this kind of bottom lineup. Unbelievable. Groovy says, jumping on the D-backs right now, first 5. Good luck tomorrow. Again, you want to take the D-backs in this series first? What am I going to say? No, what? I'm going to say, now, I had Oakland versus the Yanks the first 2 games. I'm getting 190. It's the Yanks haven't been playing well. There's no way I'm telling you not to take Oakland here. I mean, what? 180? I mean, this is... I'm calling 35 to 44 wins for Oakland this year. 44 would be a lot. I'm looking at their line. I'm like, man, this team is bad. I mean, Rooker, the rookie looks pretty good. The kid, who's that? Ruiz, got a bunch of steals, looks all right. But otherwise, and you know I like Merrill Kelly, so I'm not going to say no to some Merrill Kelly action. All right, those are the games for tonight. Let's get to Tuesday here. Nuggets over. I do like that Heat in game 1. Rays 145 tomorrow versus the Mets. No, thank you, New York Mets. Cubbies with Steele. Guy's been awesome. 145. I'll take a shot. 145 versus Javier and the Stros. Dodgers under. I think possible Dodger run line play there. But again, we ran them all down. You can listen, re-listen if you want. You could watch it. You can just go to the podcast, listen up, listen after the fact, whatever you got to do. Marie says Cubbies money line plus 140. We got him in the chat, Maurice. Already got him. Yes. Oakland. What are we doing? You like Oakland? Oh, joke. I thought you said Jake. I'm like, who's Jake? Jake likes Oakland? They're terrible, Davis. I mean, what are they? I mean, I get they're trying to rebuild a little bit. Like what they have. I mean, they didn't even get good prospects back for who they traded, though. They didn't. It wasn't like Mulder, Zito, and Hudson, and Chavez, and Tejada, Giambi, Damon, Die. Like they had good players you could trade, or if you let them walk, you got a compensation pick or whatever heck they didn't have guys like that anymore. Terrible. I can't do D-back under because the Oakland's so bad, Nick. How do you bet unders with Oakland? I mean, the other team could score 13 runs against them. Jake from State Farm likes Arizona. Probably. Richie P, get those. You got to get the early lines. Yeah, I mean, NFL's a whole different ball game. But even with the NBA, you see the NBA. The line. This game's going to end, right? What do we got here for NBA? Tomorrow night, it's a 8:30 game. The game will end within a half hour, an hour. Shops will, I mean, unless it's a total blowout, you might have lines for game 2 already up before this game's over. And yet you won't bet it. I say this all the time, Richie. You've heard me. You've been here long enough. The lines come out for NFL football on Wednesday. All right? Games are played on Sunday. I do look at lines Sunday night. What is changing your mind from Sunday to Sunday? Short of, really, and the only thing that's really going to get you really crazy is that if it's a tornado with crazy wind or the quarterback goes out. Why wouldn't you bet early at a better line? At a +3 instead of a +1.5. A -4 instead of a -6. What are you waiting? You waiting for me? You waiting for any other guy to come on TV and podcast and that and tell you and sit around and wait for kickoff? Not a long-term moneymaker. Now, do we win every game early bet? Of course you don't win every early game bet. But when people say you like being on the side of the public when sports betting's legal in 30 states or whatever heck they're legal in, and there's, the money's all on this team. Yeah, I want to kind of I don't want that to get in my head and worry about that nonsense. I'd like to be ahead of those things or think, all right, I'm a little bit ahead of the number. Michael, could you or would you bet Casey with Keller on the mound at +2 versus the Friars who are 1-7 last 8? That I don't hate because he's pitched okay. And it's Michael Wacha. Do you like Michael Wacha? I sure as heck don't like Michael Wacha. I don't want to put 240 on Wacha. I think it's worth a shot. I mean, I didn't pull it here. I took the over 9 because it's Wacha. And I think they'll be able to score a couple runs themselves because their lineup's been hitting a little bit. But yeah, I'm not looking to bet Michael Wacha. My Chicago thin crust pizzas are out. I'm going to enjoy this game. Chicago pizza groovy. Have a good one. Enjoy. Michael, for those who don't know, there are books that you can bet early and then buy out later if you change your mind. Yeah, well, I mean, people don't though, Mike. It is what it is. They'll see. It takes time to build a bankroll to bet early. Like you need to have, a little chunk to save, whether it's a week out or a month out or 6 months out or a season out when you're doing player futures or championships. You have to build to it. You don't just jump in and say, "Hey, I'm betting nickels across the board. Bet 300 across the board on 33 games this weekend." People don't money like that. It takes a long time to build a bankroll to bet a lot of games and to bet, to throw $5,000-$10,000 into a future market. Average person doesn't have that. And if they do, they have money to burn. All right. I'm out of here. Midday Money is back tomorrow on Tuesday. Good night, everyone.